the bishop and the queen from distance. Things which are Rambo cards for the 21-month reset. They even PV for the 36. They Miles Jar for the 29-month reset. Thanks so much to Miles Jar. Okay, let's go back to the Caro Khan here. Very, very solid approach. What plans I have in Morocco? I was going to be there for a filming project, but it fell through, unfortunately. Okay, now there are multiple ways to play, but I think bishop f5 at the beginner level, the cleanest one, just to retreat the bishop, push the pawn, knight, and bishop out. You have to be careful not to get your bishop trapped around the edge, so you can push h5 or h6. I would go h6 here just to not create an extra target for the knight and the queen. Let's go here to cut off knight to e5. Wasn't I filming something in Colombia last year? That was a Logitech thing. I don't know if it ever got released, actually. Because I think that there was something filming, but by the time that it was done, or by the time it was going to be released, I think that Myth was also a big part of that. And by that point, I think Myth was no longer part of TSM either. So I don't know if that footage was ever released or not. Yeah, it was in Colombia, but the thing is both Myth and myself were there. Okay, one sec. I'm gonna go Queen C7 and castles here. Castle go E6. Again, very simple play. Move the pawn, move the bishop. Very stable center of the board. Let's go here. Why castle kingside? Because if I go E6 and bishop E7 and castles, down the road, white starts pushing stuff on his king side. And over here, these pawns aren't really able to come down the board quickly. And he's castled his king to this side, too. Yeah, that was TSM, exactly. Oh, I thought I said part of TSM. I didn't say Misfits. Yeah, it was TSM. Anyway, okay. Let's just trade and go bishop D6 to cut off bishop F4 here. Goes C4. Very, very good move. I'm going to play C5. Try to break up this white center here. Also put pressure on the pawn on C4. Someone was saying something about me not winning many Title Tuesdays recently. I mean, it is true, actually. It's kind of funny that if you look at my Title Tuesday score this year, I feel like at some point early in the year, I was actually winning an incredible amount. I think at some point very early, like maybe in February of this year, or maybe even into March, at some point I think I was winning like 35% of the Title Tuesdays that I played in. And now I think I'm winning something like 10%. Like, it's gone way down in recent times. Just gonna have 6 to hit the queen. Fabiano mentioned it too? Okay. Yeah, but I mean, that doesn't mean that 50% of people are cheating. So I'm going to take here, if knight d4, I have a6. I mean, there's also some argument that, basically as far as Title Tuesday goes, that there are many more strong players playing. Like, when I was playing the tournament last year even, like, I was lucky if it was like 1 or 2 other strong players played. But now it's like Fabiano's playing, Magnus is playing, Wesley So is playing, Duda is playing, Dayak is playing. We go here, try to put something on e4. Like, there's so many strong players who are playing now that I mean, that's why I question it. Title Tuesday is incredibly strong now, incredibly strong every week. Nepo, Ali Reza, yes, like everybody. Thank you so much to Aloha Jaker. Thank you so much for the 5-month resub. Okay, let's take the knight. Pressure on the C file. Maybe I've got B5 here. It's a little bit iffy opening up the king, but I think I'm going to do it anyway because I feel like all my pieces are well placed here. So I'm trying to put pressure on the pawn on C4. He could take on F6 too, I guess. Thank you for name Mr. Wilkes for 3 months. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for name Mr. Wilkes. Thank you. Goes King B1, which is an interesting move. I think I'm just going to move my king out of the way. I could also check on E4 down the road. C squared was very, very wild yesterday. Okay. Okay, let's go B4. I don't really want to take on C4. I want to keep the position a little bit more closed. Let's go here. Create the double stack in the center of the board. Go here. Takes. Go here and take. Should be doing pretty well here. His king is a little bit weak. Okay, trades the queens. This, I think, is actually winning for me. This should be winning. I can go like here and king here. Let's go F5 and king here. And I think I'm winning because I can bring the king in. Let's go here, just connect the pawns. And now I go here, I win the pawn, and with it I win the game. Or do I? Wait, is there a trick here? No, there's no trick, I just take. Let's just go here and shut the door, and King d4 probably is winning, but I can even just take and just go here. Go check. And now I have an extra pawn, and I just win the game. I can bring the king over to eat the pawn on the edge as well. Just eat the pawn and win the game. Very simple. This guy played pretty well. That was a good game. Very, very good game. Can I make knights? No, I'll just make a queen. He has to push a pawn.